What's up, everybody? This is Ben and Zach. Welcome to the District Spotlight, your premier platform for independent music.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you coming in. If this is your first time, just a little background on the philosophy behind this show. There's a lot of really great, big things happening in the independent music scene. We really want to just get behind it to get to know the people behind it so that you can connect with them. Hopefully, they can spread their impact as well. This week, we have a very unique young man. Gaining a lot of attention in the social media scene, doing a lot of work, totally different sound, definitely in his own lane, all still while in high school prepping for the ACTs. Lucas Lex, what's up, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hope this is a little different, a little
For sure.
fun for you.
Is this your first podcast?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I tried to do it with my friends, but it never happened. We were like planning for it, and then we never got together for it. So
Just like at home podcast.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. This is our first podcast too, so don't worry
Nice.
about it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, man. So just a little background on you.
Mhm.
You're a relatively new artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that experience been like for you?
It's like I feel like I've seen so many people like try to like, especially on the internet. It's either like a hit or miss. So like a lot of people they either start and then after like a year or 2 years they get like no traction, or they get like a bunch of traction, and it's weird with the the internet. I guess like I'm not like extremely famous, but my stuff has been like picked up over the past 2 years, which is like super cool. I low-key didn't think that anybody would listen to my stuff, but like
Yeah, you're
they
gaining.
did. So yeah, that's
you're
good.
gaining
Yeah.
a lot of traction quick. Does it? I mean,
Yeah.
does it feel weird or you feel different?
Not really. I think because I did like TikTok for a little bit too. I mean, I still do it a little bit, but like it just didn't like feel like anything. I mean, like I was super happy that I was getting like an audience, but it didn't really feel like oh, now I'm like getting bigger and
Now, you kind of started off really strong, though, right? Like, your music came out, it was already pretty good, which is rare. I think that could definitely add a big reason why people caught on so early. Because you see, like, I know what you're talking about. You see artists, musicians, or anybody in any field that they're working in, they're just starting out, so their content is, like, not top-notch. It's
Oh,
not
for sure,
polished.
yeah.
But yours obviously came out polished. It was good. I think that helps you, like, gain that instant traction.
Oh no, yeah.
Now, did you do like TikTok first?
No, I've been doing music for like a while, and I think you're like with the like polish thing. Like I've been working on music since I was like I've been making beats or whatever since I was in 7th grade. But then I just decided to put stuff out when I was like a sophomore.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people when they're just getting into music and they're trying to do that stuff, like they're kind of like putting like what they're learning out as like their official stuff, which it's like cool to see that, but it's also like if you come up with stuff that's like polished you've been working on for a long time, then like as you said, that's like it makes sense.
Yeah, the only stuff you have is good,
Oh, thank you.
Well, you didn't start making beats. You started playing different instruments, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I started playing like piano when I was like 4,
Okay.
and then guitar when I was like 10. And then what I do is I stole my sister's like keyboard, and I'd like it had like 6 tracks you could record on, so I just like layer the drums and like the bass and the keyboard or whatever it was. But then I had no way to save it, so I just delete it at the end of the day, and I'd restart the next day and I'd just delete it. But then when I went to school, I'd stay in for recess in the music room, and they have like GarageBand on the computers.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, finally, I can save all this stuff, and work on it.
that's cool.
Do you
was
so you
it?
started saving your stuff on SoundCloud first at school, or were you just like saving it?
I'd like save it on Google Drive, and I didn't put it
Okay.
out for
When
a while.
was this in middle school?
But yeah, like 7th grade,
7th
6th
grade,
grade,
Damn.
yeah. And then I put like some stuff on SoundCloud, and then I didn't really do anything with it.
Were
And,
you sharing it with your friends and stuff in school?
Yeah, it was mainly just like I post on like my Snapchat story, like go listen to my song, yeah.
Were they like, you got some seriously good stuff, or did you already know it was good?
I mean, I thought it was okay. I didn't really think it was like the best song ever, but I was still putting it out so I could be like, hey, I do music, and the kids at school would be like, okay, cool,
So like, so you're in school, you're getting
Mhm.
some traction, you're in middle school, going to high school. How has that been? Like, does that change your experience totally in school? Do people look at you like you're different?
If anything, I guess the attention I get at school, which isn't like extreme, but if any attention, it's like 80% TikTok, 20% my music.
Really?
Yeah, because like, yeah, TikTok. It's kids view TikTok in a super weird way. Like if you have like any amount of followers on TikTok that's like substantial, then they're like, oh, you're TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Like back even when I had like 1K on TikTok, they'd be like, oh my god, you're TikTok famous, and it's like, okay, you know. But it's cool when people like, you know, come up to me in school and they're like, oh, I like your music, and I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, you know.
Interesting.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Because I mean, I know if I was in like when I was 16, I was in high school. I had like 40 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, like, you know,
I didn't have Instagram.
but if anybody was walking around school and they had like,
Mhm.
you know, 10,000 followers, is that how you have on Instagram?
Yeah.
10,000 followers.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, dang, it's a big deal, kind of. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you go to Bloomington, right?
Yeah, Bloomington North. Yeah.
Right on.
Mhm.
You an IU fan?
I don't pay attention much to sports, but I mean, if I go to a game, then I'll support IU and stuff. Yeah.
Dope.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's that time you have all this time, like you're going to school, you're making music.
Mhm.
How are you splicing all that up? You know what I'm saying? I know you know
Like how you balance it. Is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
you
yeah.
balancing it?
So I don't do anything at school. Like if I have an idea at school, I'll just like write it down. But I
Mhm.
don't like bring my laptop to school or anything. I did that for a while, but then I realized that I just got behind on a lot of stuff because I'd be like in the middle of class, like working on like a beat, and like I wouldn't pay attention to anything that the teacher was saying. So I would like, fail the next test and be like, damn it. Okay.
Right. So you obviously are you're prioritizing school as well.
No,
You
yeah,
think about-
definitely.
You thinking about going to music school or anything later?
I don't know. At the moment, I'm thinking about going to college, but
Uh-huh.
my mom was like, if you can, make, if you can become financially stable and like make a plan to,
For music? Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
or just like for anything in general, then like college isn't like it's like she obviously recommends going to college because
Yeah.
like that's like it's a reliable thing.
Mhm.
Like you can't like fall down in college because you'll still have your college degree and then you'll get a good job.
Mhm.
But she's like, if you can like somehow make it work, then I'm cool with that. So
That's tight,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
I feel like you're
That's
like
cool.
a big like self-learner too. You know what I'm saying? Because
Definitely,
you're doing a lot of this stuff without, you can go online and figure out how to do something instead of go to school for it. And,
Yeah.
and you clearly know like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah. And
With
so-
like social media is like once you find out how to like work it, it's like super easy to just like promote stuff. Like that's what Lil Nas X did with Old Town Road. He just made memes
Yeah.
about it and then he like put it on TikTok and it became like the biggest song of all time, you know?
Mhm.
So like once you start finding out how like the algorithms work and how to get people's attention with stuff, then like you're all set.
So do you know the algorithms?
The algorithm, well, I knew the algorithm with TikTok
Yeah.
early on because I joined TikTok with the intention of promoting my music on there once I got a following because I knew how to like build a following.
Smart.
Mhm.
So I just like followed the way the TikTok algorithm works is that like there's like a big like For You page and you just keep scrolling. So if you get
Mhm.
people's attention with a video, then like more people will comment on it. Or if you like, people for a while manipulate the algorithms themselves and they'd be like, if you press, the share button, then more people will see this. And then, you'd see the TikTok get a bunch of views and likes. But I wasn't doing that, but I was making content where like you felt like compelled to comment on it or,
Just
do
like,
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, like I saw some of your content. It's pretty cool, honestly. It's like
Oh, thanks.
stuff that I was like, I'd watch and I'd be like, interesting. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I'd be like, interesting.
Mhm.
I want to see more. No, it's really good. We're actually trying to check out TikTok and stuff too.
Oh, definitely,
It's
yeah.
blowing up. I mean, Gary Vee's been talking about it forever.
Oh my God,
So a
yeah.
lot of people have been talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right about the Instagram, and so I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
now it's just, were you acting like goofy and stuff, and just making, you know what I mean? Or
It's-
I know you like to make
Mhm.
people laugh and just like kind of have that
Yeah.
like, be awkward and just like, or do just random stuff in the camera.
Definitely,
so.
yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
all getting the brand right. It's all just getting your
Definitely,
kind of
because
like,
like,
a style out.
oh, definitely, because I've had like, when I put my first songs out and I like promoted it, like, I know the video I did for like to promote Cars was like, it took like 15 writers to make Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello,
Mhm.
and like 6 producers and stuff. But then I was
Mhm.
like, it only took one person to make this song, so go check it
Yeah.
out. And then that video did really well. because people felt like, because I put like a ... so it'd be like it took 15 writers and I put ... so people had to watch the next part and then they viewed the video, and then because if you just like put out I have a new song and that's it, it's not going to gain any traction,
Right, it's what everybody's doing.
No, yeah. And like some of the songs are good, but it's just you have to know how to market it in order to gain an audience.
So did you learn like most of this by yourself? I know you obviously kind of seem like you know what you're doing, or you have a little bit of a team now right behind you as well, right? Are they helping you with ideas? Are they, you guys kind of working together recently, or?
No, yeah, definitely. I'm working with Hallie, who's over there
Hey.
in the control booth.
Shout out, Hallie.
And she's like my manager at the moment, so she's like putting together a press kit for me, which we're going to send to different magazines. And she's just like scheduling. I mean, she helped with this, And then I'm working with this guy named Jacob Beam with like cinematography, and he's like been doing a lot of photo shoots for me and like photography and then like videos too. And we're working on a video right now. So yeah, that's mainly who I'm working with at the moment.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I just keep railing you with questions.
It's fine, totally. Yeah.
I'm curious. Like, these people believe in you, obviously.
Yeah.
They're really helping you out this much. How did you meet them? How did you get connected with your vision?
I got in contact with a guy named Brendan, and we were gonna work on videos for a little bit, and then like we didn't talk for a year for some reason, and then I think he messaged me like a year later and was like, "Do you still want to do a video?" And I was like, "Okay." And then he introduced me to Hallie, and then Hallie was like, "Okay, I'll help manage you and stuff." So that's kind of been how that's been. And then Jacob Beam, I think he was just like a friend of a friend. I went over to his house one night, and we just worked on music for like 5 or 6 hours straight, and I was like, I gotta work with this guy more because he's like super talented with production and stuff, but also with like photography and cinematography. So
sweet.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this started as a hobby, something you just enjoyed doing,
definitely,
and now it's kind of slowly turning into maybe something more.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think if I keep I'd like to keep putting out content, and if it gets more attention, then I'll definitely consider just like making it a thing, instead of just like a side hobby.
Do you have like a plan to where you have so many streams already? I forget what the Spotify thing said. How many streams were you at on Spotify?
On Spotify, I had everybody posted their like Spotify Wrapped or whatever. Yeah,
that's pretty cool that they do that, by the way.
Oh my, yeah, totally. Like Apple Music. And I like Apple Music how it looks better, but all I did was put a list of your top artists, and that was it. But then Spotify did a whole like PowerPoint with like transitions about who your most listened to the decade and all this stuff.
And everybody's looks different too. Is that am I
exactly?
wrong? Like,
yeah.
They don't all. It's not the same visual.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of like everyone has their own like Instagram story on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. And I mean, I feel like it really helps the artist move into a new year, kind of see their growth. It's a cool thing. It's a cool
Oh,
thing.
definitely, yeah. And I think it kind of puts it into perspective, because if you're looking at like just over time how much you grow, I mean, it's cool to see you grow, but like it's once you put it all together like Spotify did, then like it's super like crazy to see that.
So how many did you get? Like 500,000? Is that
this
right?
year I've gotten 511,000 you've
only had music out for a year and a half, correct?
500,000.
Yeah, so so what I did was I had a bunch of my music on Spotify, and then I didn't like it, so I took it off. But it's still on SoundCloud and stuff. But then I put out 3 songs this year, and so that's like the collective from the 3 songs, which is crazy.
Are you excited? Is this exciting for you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Someone in the comments was like, if you have this much traction with only like 3 songs, then like once you put out like an album or like an EP or something, then like that's just gonna further you more. And I totally agree.
If 500,000 streams for 3 songs, is that even like, has that been done? Like, are people like reaching out to you now and be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Are you getting Are you getting any like label like
no
offers or anything?
Not the moment.
No.
Music labels out there, Lucas Lex.
For sure. No, let me think. The biggest like attention I've gotten. Well, let me think. The attention I've gotten is like when I was on like TikTok and stuff. Like I made friends on there who were bigger than me. So like they've kind of just been like, I haven't even asked them, which is crazy. I haven't been like, can you please promote my song on your story because you have like 300,000 followers, whatever, but they've just been like, go listen. I'm like, okay, like okay, So it's funny because like I'll see like in my comments or my followers, it's like their fan accounts will be like following me or commenting on my stuff, and I'm like, okay, like, you know,
That's fire.
it's weird. Yeah,
Definitely take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. Yeah.
So like going into your song, you're talking about your songs. They're progressing. There's some that you don't like. There's some that you really like that stand out. What? Now they're kind of deep. Like, are those your personal experiences? Are these influences from other artists? What's your process of that?
I tend to write lyrics like last. Like I'll make the whole song and I'll be like, okay, I gotta crank out some lyrics, but they're never like false or anything. If I write something down, then like it'll be what actually is, you know. And I think the reason why I didn't like my old stuff partially was because I was just kind of like looking at people like, you know, Peep or like X, and I'd be like, oh, so how do they write their lyrics? Okay, I'm just gonna barf all over the lyric sheet and then just like, you know, write some stupid stuff. Like I was writing stuff about like, you know, how I was writing like heartbreak stuff, but I'd never been in a relationship yet, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was, you know, just writing fake stuff, but it still got people's attention, but like it didn't feel like, you know, natural, because I was getting attention from stuff that I wasn't even like experiencing, you know, or putting much thought into. So that's why these new songs, like, I'm actually putting thought into it, which is like super nice.
I wouldn't really necessarily consider that a bad thing either. It's still an art to like be able to write music, you know, show, like you have to perform it as well. So you have to put yourself in that like headspace and feel those, express those emotions. So I see what you mean though. I mean, it's I think it's like a good way to start developing your own lyrics and stuff like that. Seeing how other people do it, try it a little bit, see what works for you. You know, you sound like you're really onto something, man.
What are the with your new stuff? You said you're writing more about your experiences and stuff. What do you actually enjoy writing about, or you know, the experiences?
I think it's just whatever. It's like, this sounds like corny, but like it's like whatever I'm just like feeling at the time, because like I'm super bad at like verbally expressing. That's probably why I have a hard time writing lyrics, is because I have a really bad time verbally expressing how I feel. But like it's easier if you already have like a melody, then you just like write words that just like fit it, and then, you know. So I'm mainly just kind of doing stuff about how I feel at the current moment, and then I'll know that like if I feel a certain way and then I don't feel that way in the future, like I just kind of have to accept that that's how I felt at the moment, you know, and that you know, that was just a representation of how I felt, you know. I think that was part of a dumb reason why I took my stuff off of Spotify, was because I was like, I don't feel that way now, so now I have all these stupid songs, and you know, but now I'm just like, well, that's just a part of it, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a diary entry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I think we talked to an artist who put it in the form of like a time capsule. Oh yeah, you know? Definitely. Like it's not maybe how you're feeling, and it's maybe like how other people interpret it, not even how you wanted it to be interpreted.
Exactly, yeah. I was watching an interview with Billie Eilish, and like she was talking, and she was like, everyone asked me like, what's the song about? What's the song, like, you know, what's it actually about? And she's like, what, I know it's like cheesy again, but it's like whatever you want it to be about, because it's not like the job of the artist to be like, I made this about this, and you can only listen to it when you feel like this, you know, because if you interpret it a certain way or interpret the lyrics a certain way, then that makes it more personal to you.
Right, exactly. And I think, I can't remember who says this. Oh my gosh, it's not Bruce Springsteen. I can't remember who said that, but he said like, you can perform in front of thousands and thousands of people, and there'll be thousands and thousands of different meanings of that song.
Exactly,
like everybody's to somebody different. It's not Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry for that, but speaking of Billie Eilish, bro, do you have the condition where you can see sounds?
Yeah, who brought that? How did you bring that up?
I saw it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was on an interview you had, or like a online interview we read about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I did that I have one interview out there from like a year ago.
Yeah, we were geeking out.
I can't even. I'm afraid to try to pronounce this word. But what is?
It's called synesthesia.
Okay, thanks.
And it's basically where, I guess the scientific thing of it is basically where your brain just kind of mix up two senses. So people have all different kinds, where like they'll like be able to see smells, or they'll be able to hear like taste, or like just weird stuff like that. But the most common one is when you can see music.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Because it's not like crazy for me, because like I thought it was normal for like the longest time. Yeah. I was like, y'all aren't what? Like y'all aren't doing this? Okay.
So when you listen to music, you are colors like popping off stuff, or you're seeing notes? Or?
It's like picture, like you can picture, like if you think of a dog right now, you can see it in your mind, but you're not seeing a dog right there, you know? But it's like involuntarily, I don't know, like scene of like colors. So if I hear like a certain note or a certain chord, my brain just goes to that color.
So when you were like playing the piano when you were like 4, did you start noticing that?
That's so cool.
No, yeah, because I was just like, it just like made sense. Like if I wanted, I'd like write songs, be like, oh, this mood feels like this color, so I'll write it in this key.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like normal for a long time, but I guess it's not. Yeah.
So you could literally just have a key to where, you have like a happy key, like that makes you happy, or you see certain thing, and then
yeah, like if I associate a certain color with like being happy or something, then like I can just write it in that key. Which it's tough. Okay. Because I'm with the album I'm working on right now, I'm trying to have the entire like mood be cohesive, but then for that the whole key has to be cohesive, but I also don't want all the songs to sound the exact same. So I have to like deal with having a different like, it's like if you have a color palette and you have to add a different color into the color palette that doesn't match, but like otherwise it just is too, cohesive,
Okay.
So
I love that. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just like learning to kind of accept that at that point where I'm like, okay, I guess I'll have to do it in this key,
Sweet, man. So like, just like curious on your brand and your style and all these things. I think in the Tina Meets interview, sorry to keep going back to that, but you talked about like how if you could make money through this thing and do it full time, and you just said it earlier, you would. Have you thought about any of that? I mean, is there something in your mind? Are you already thinking of like ways to monetize and build?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I'm trying to find any way. And it's not that I hate college, but I don't want to go to like a second choice profession where I'm like, I guess I'll be a blank, you know?
Where you're still making music and then,
But I'm also like a coder or something, which, it pays well, but it's not what I'd like to end up doing for my life, Yeah. But no, yeah, if this becomes a thing where I'm, making a substantial amount of, money from it to where I can like pay rent or I can, do stuff easily without having to work extra, then like, why not,
Personally, I'm not your manager and I'm not your team, honestly, but like personally, I think you could do some really cool shit with like vinyls or handwritten hard copy CDs with like a little letter in there, or even like a story. Childish Gambino did it one time. He did like a story with each cent of his album or something. Like,
oh yeah.
That's just, I feel like it just fits your aesthetic, kind of like you're not trippy, but you know what I mean? Like kind of like that cool Orange County feel a little bit.
Yeah.
I think people can really connect to you. You have a lot of opportunity to build depth in your fan base, for sure.
Oh, I agree. Especially if I'm like, because I'm not like the biggest person in the world right now. So like, it'd be super easy to just do like personalized stuff or handwritten stuff, like you were saying, or like write like a note in like the CDs. You know what I'm saying? Because then, that's like, it makes the listeners feel more connected to it builds just a stronger,
and they can't get it anywhere else. And
exactly.
Then they're like, hey homie, look at this sweet thing that I got from Lucas Lex, check him out.
And there's like exactly,
and just build that depth, nourish your fan base, and then help it spread. Like
definitely.
You definitely have opportunity. You got a great band going.
So speaking of building your brand, so you have new music coming out, correct?
Yes.
So what's the name of your album going to be?
Spider.
Why Spider?
Why Spider?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my favorite albums of all time is called Spiderland, and it's by a group called Slint, and it's this super like progressive rock album, and it's super cool. But I didn't want it to be called Spiderland, and so I just did Spider. But also like, I don't know, there's certain like words for me, like that's why I tried to do. Like I already have the track list for the album, but I only have like 2 songs done. Okay. But I just have a bunch of words that fit like this certain like. It's like a like a mood board or whatever. Yeah. So the word spiders fits that super well. I think spiders are super cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of insects are cool. My friend's going into like the study of insects or something for like her college profession, or I don't even know what it's called.
I can't think of it on anyone.
But it's super cool. There's more species of ladybugs than there are mammals.
Really?
Yeah, and like there's so many insects all around, and they're all super different. I don't know. It's super cool if you look into that.
Do you have a spider?
Do I have a spider? No, that'd be cool if like it was like a tarantula.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I mean, that'd be cool, like promo piece, like you would.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a Billie
up.
Eilish type thing,
Yeah.
Would you let a tarantula crawl up your arm for a photo?
Yeah, because I mean, as long as you don't like hit it, it won't bite you. So like, I mean, why not?
I would not.
No.
There's no chance.
Spiders and snakes are creepy, but
oh my god,
I like the adrenaline you get.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. I know my art teacher. She had a snake, And like if she was doing the lesson, she just have it like she just put it down on one student and it would just like slither all around the students and stuff. And it was super nice though.
I'm cool off that, man. I'm straight off that.
So when you're gonna drop, you said it's an EP, right? You're gonna
No, it's an album.
Mm-hmm. Are you have like live shows planned around here or anything yet, or?
I hope so. We're looking into venues right now for live shows, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to find someone, because I feel like I couldn't do like a countrywide tour at the moment, but if we find someone who I could like open up for, like that'd be super cool.
Is there anybody who you'd like want to open up for?
Who I'd want to?
Yeah. Haven't really thought about
anybody you'd like to work with? Any artists that you like to work with?
Yeah, I'd like
to. Up to?
Yeah, I'd like to work with at some point. I really like, like Rex Orange County is super cool. I like his vocals, and same with Claro. Claro gets a lot of hate because she sounds like every other indie girl, but like her new album was super cool.
Who is it? Claro.
Claro.
I don't know if I've heard Claro.
She's super cool.
I'll have to check her out. How would you define, like, going into that, like, how would you define your story, or I mean, your sound? My bad.
Yeah, my sound.
Because I started listening to you, and I was like, I couldn't just like put it together. Like I don't like comparing artists to other artists, but you always are like, they sound like that. But
you're also very individual too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, my sound. I don't know. Whenever I'm like submitting it to the stores, I always just say like alternative because I don't know what to say. But like, if anything, my stuff does have kind of like an indie rock kind of basis at least, you know. But with the album, I'm gonna branch out from that. Like I'm still gonna keep that as like a main foundation, but I'm gonna add like other sounds to it. So I don't know what the album's gonna be. I don't know what the genre is gonna be. I don't really think it matters that much too, except for like if you're trying to find like what the Spotify thing's gonna say. But like honestly, there's so many due to that. Like the internet is super. I hate the internet a lot, but it's super cool because like the amount of access people have to like, you know, just different things. Like there's like an interview with Jaden Smith, and he was like, kids are picking up microphones and they're just getting auto-tune on there and it's coming out good. And I was like, yeah, like honestly, like especially with like social media, just it's so easy for kids to find
technology,
to find different just like different influences and just like smash them all together and then just put it out,
which is cool. I mean, the more the merrier, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like it is a little saturated, but people like you that are doing it right, you're getting your name out there. People can find you. So we kind of have to wrap this up a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
Is there any last thing real fast that you want to promote? Spider.
I have a song coming out on the 20th of December. I know this is coming out later, but
so it'll already be out.
It'll already be out.
Okay.
So hopefully,
what's the name of it? Undetermined.
I do not have a name for it at the moment.
To be determined.
But yeah, to be determined. Yeah.
We'll check it out on Spotify. Check out Lucas Lex. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate you hanging out with us.
You're awesome, buddy.
Super
Thank you.
Cool
Thank
kid.
you for having me.
Super cool kid. He's awesome. Thanks for coming in, man. We really appreciate it. This is your premier platform for independent music, the District Spotlight. Check us out next week. Thank you. Peace out.
Later.
All right.